La 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 la. Hi. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's been a very good stream today. And
You gotta do the picture.
look at this bit. Chili Wonka. Ow. Anytime I'm a sound recording. Or voice. Wow, we have not done our podcast in a while, Olivia.
I know we haven't.
It's been quite some time since we did what we used to do.
Okay, ready?
I think so. What kind of derpy? Hold up.
Oh my gosh. Derpy.
All right. Any second now. Life could be a dream. Like a roller coaster when you're on your bed. Refresh the chat box. I like how I hit refresh and it didn't refresh. Alright. Now we wait for the people to just come pouring in.
Yeah.
Yo, hello. Welcome.
Ooh, 3 viewers.
Wayo. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say, dude, I'm really excited. I'm gonna have to do like a part 2 for when I do my episode.
Oh, really?
Because of that. Oh, did I not tell you about that?
About the guy that you messaged?
Mm-hmm. I was like, did I tell you about that? Did I? Did I not? That was...
Come on, Gabe, be professional. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do like an extra episode for that. Like, make it just be the interview or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to get started or do you want to wait a little bit longer? I look like a clown right now.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't have any makeup on.
Let me know.
No, it's fine. It's what I look like. Nothing I can do about it, you know?
Well, you don't look like a clown.
Chrissy!
Chrissy back.
I was waiting for you. I was like, we can't start until Chrissy gets
Dude,
here.
it's been a while.
Yeah, she messaged, well, I don't know if she was talking to me, but she messaged me today. Saying that she missed us.
It's been too long. We've been busy.
I know, we have been really busy.
Yeah. Playing live music. What?
I put out my EP.
Where's Liam, dude? Where's our boy Liam?
Oh, I know. Where is he?
Let me close these out just so... Do you have things you need to pull up or no?
Yes, I do have one. Let me send it to you.
Okay. Let me go to my I can't believe my old work sent me a thing in the mail like, we're hiring. No.
BJ's does that all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they used to. I haven't gotten anything from them in a while.
Maybe they don't want you to work there.
Oh, look at this. I saw this at Acme.
You know, people are sending those in to PSA. Okay, I just want to show. Like they're getting those graded.
Oh, do they come with
Look, dude. Can we look at this picture real quick?
What
Show
is
you how
that?
ridiculous people are. I think this is the stream. Yeah. People are.
Oh, no way.
That's a real picture. People are sending in their Oreos that have Pokemon on them and getting them graded by PSA.
That is crazy.
$750. That's, yeah.
Wow. You know, when Lady Gaga did her Oreo thing, there were people that were
She did one?
yeah, she did an Oreo promotion.
Really?
And she there were people that like encased their Oreos in resin to keep it forever. Yeah, right there.
Oh, there they are. Oreo and resin. That's... Hey, you know what, though? I bet someone was smart and, like, bought a bunch of Oreos and put them in, like, a safe thing. And then, yeah, sell them for, like, $20 a pop. I think an Oreo's, like, a couple bucks. Couple bucks here and there.
Uh-oh, buffer.
Warning. Get off the internet. You ready?
I'm almost ready. I need to.
Should we start?
Oh,
Baby.
I'm gonna have an acting portion for us to remember the first episode when we read the transcript and I had you read part of it.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Why don't we do that?
Well, we're gonna do it today.
I have to get ready. I have to put my show face on. Rania followed me on Instagram, and I was like,
Why?
I ain't following back.
Block her.
I'm not blocking her.
Block her.
Okay, calm
I'm
down.
gonna follow her and be like, hey girl.
Why? How do you? I just feel like old.
No, you go on here, click on it, see the post, and then do this, and you can put it on your story. Thank you. Watch this stupid music video.
Can I put this as the title?
Yeah.
Absolute juicer.
Did you say anything on your stream about the music video?
Hmm?
Is
No, not the music video. The album.
someone said Gabriel Mariola commented for no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, what?
Someone said this person's called Hoodoo. They said, please keep it up. This is lovely. You should be so proud of yourself for creating something. I know that might sound dumb, but I mean it. Take care. And Skittle number 3, Here Before a Million. I love this song. Isn't that cool? I don't know those
That is
people.
really awesome. Dude, that is like Michael Awesome. Olivia,
What?
do you hear me? Wait, now how do I do it? Right from here? No, see, it's not.
I think... Oh, this you cannot share because...
Why?
I didn't tag you in it, so you can't put it. Just take a screenshot of it.
Take a screeny weenie. That's what everything is nowadays. Screenshots, alimony. Just get fed up. How do I do this? Oh my gosh, dude. Like, why don't it's Instagram's not user friendly.
You're so old.
It's not. Dude, that was that was when was that, a hype train? Those are like the big guys get those ones. People that are good, good streamers. Ones that have an ounce of talent. Unlike myself. I look so goofy in that picture. I'm just like, help me. Please help me. That was actually a really good song that Dan made. No, see, now it's saying I want to make it a post. I don't want to make it a post.
I'll help you, baby.
Ah, it's pissing me off. I'm just
Here,
trying to share
story.
something on Instagram.
Okay, so you go to story down here. Go here. Go boom. There you go.
Simple. Someone explains it. We're so shoot.
Binky boomba doopa choompa sheen boopa boom.
Chrissy, if you haven't met Flashback, and Warm Tidings, he's moderator in the chat. He's number one. Well, I don't know. Chrissy's an A1 day one. You got some catching up to do, Flashback. Just saying. This is a beautiful moment. Chat's interacting. User.
What?
What?
Dude, if that water spilled everywhere, that would suck. all over all over your iPad.
Stop it.
There's water going everywhere. That would be freaking nuts. Like, oh my gosh, Olivia, there's water all over your iPad.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna fix either.
Let's get started.
Dude, hold up. Can I show?
Sure.
So I put a Gardevoir out of my bag, dude. Gardevoir on a Saturday night, dude. What do we do?
Okay.
Someone's got to be the funny one.
Oh.
You just broke my keyboard. Doesn't that look slick?
That does. It does.
That does.
It does.
Are you guys ready to...
Or should we just push it back there?
No, Jack actually said that when he listens to our thing on Spotify, because he does on his way to work, that he said it's kind of hard to hear us. So we actually need to have this here, and maybe we'll be a little distant.
Yeah, no, I meant push this back.
Oh, is this good?
Yeah, that's out of the way.
Should I move this to the middle, you think, like that?
Yeah.
Scrumdiddly-umptious, dude.
Okay. Disclaimer time. Are you getting your...
Can I delete these, right?
Yeah. Are you getting your sources together?
Actually, you know what? I don't, but like I have all of them. I'll send them to you tomorrow. I'll source it up.
Okay.
Wait, what's this one?
What's up, y'all? Deus Ex Machina.
Why did I say that? That was probably really loud. I'm sorry. Buttergear. That was a good one. Read the thing, right?
In 3, 2. What happened to my hair? Why are you so close to it? You look so cute.
What do you mean, dude?
You said I forgot your address.
Dude, I'm not even that close to the Jesus.
You said how I got your address? Don't even worry about that.
You said how I got your address? Don't even worry about that. If you haven't seen that video, you should. Look at the quality. Look how good the quality is.
It is pretty good.
Look how sexy I am.
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready?
You are really close to the camera, though.
Dude.
I guess that's fine. I guess that's probably better. I should get closer.
You should get closer.
Okay.
You ready? Yeah. Why do we do this every time before we start?
Okay, I'm ready. Sorry.
Get a case of the Mick giggles.
I'm ready.
Damn it. I'm going to laugh. All right, guys.
Just do it.
Getting started. Hi.
Hello.
What? what was that?
Don't delete it. Just let it go.
Letting it? No. Okay, I'm going to read the intro.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to the Clandestine Podcast. My name is Gabriel.
And I'm Olivia.
On this podcast, we cover true crime and other horror content. Sometimes the topics that we talk about can get pretty graphic, so listener discretion is advised. Reminder that all information we cite is public information, and sources will be in the description down below. We have the utmost respect for survivors, victims, and their families. Everybody. Oh, do you need this?
Oh, yes.
You probably do. It's been a while.
Yes, we should address our absence.
Let us tell you about our really busy, interesting lives.
I mean, we do have pretty busy lives. Well,
no, we work full time.
Yeah, for starters, we both work full time. A lot of my free time, at least, goes into the podcast and also doing my music.
Yes.
Which, speaking of which,
shameless plug.
I do have an EP that just came out. It's called Once More with Feeling. It's on all platforms that you can imagine. There's also a music video for a song called Emotional Support Animal.
Well,
it's on YouTube right now. And we've been playing some shows.
We did. We played a show at a October festival thing, even though it's not October. But we totally rocked it, and that was really cool.
And Gabe, he plays in my band sometimes.
I do,
so.
yes. I play the drums sometimes. I'm like the fill-in guy.
So we were really busy.
We're busy.
And now we're back. And we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up
Yes.
for October. I do want to say on the podcast, too, that I would really love to do kind of a mini episode of, like, listener stories. If we can get some people to send in their personal spooky experiences.
Yes.
We would absolutely love that.
That'd be really cool.
Our DMs on Instagram are open. You can also email us, clandestinepod@gmail.com. So.
Slide in the DM.
Do we have any other things that we need to talk about before we get started?
No.
Okay.
We do not.
Well, let's just do it then. All right.
Let's dive right in. No point for all the sappy stuff. Yeah, we've been gone a while, but guess what? It's go time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we're back now.
Get excited.
Quit looking at Instagram.
I wanted to make sure people could see it. Who the hell? Oh my God!
Those people.
Watch my first.
Okay, Gabe, you don't have to click on it.
I didn't say it. I just wanted to see what it was. Maybe it was a business opportunity.
Those people always look at my stories too.
Remember the? Sorry, we get started.
No, I know exactly what you're gonna say. I do remember that.
The kid
that
from
YouTube
Africa.
ad? Huh?
No,
YouTube ad?
No, remember the kid from Africa that was like
Oh yeah.
liking everything. You were like, "Who is this?" I was like, "I don't know."
Okay. Comment says, "What is tonight's episode?" I'm so glad you asked.
Stay tuned.
So today we are going to be talking about a young lady named Heather Elvis.
Is she related to the Elvis?
She is not.
Bummer.
But Elvis is like a super cool last name.
That's
so,
a cool last name.
I always think like, what if I had a really cool last name and I got married? Like, I wouldn't want to give up. Like, if my last name was Elvis, I wouldn't want to give that up.
No, dude. If your last name was Elvis, we could take that last name.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know though, because my last name's kind of like.
I
It's
mean,
kind of important.
I'm lucky because if we ever do get married, I'd have a really cool last name because you have a cool last name.
Yes.
But, anyways. So Heather Elvis, this is a story that happened about almost 10 years ago now. Wow, that's crazy. In 2013.
That's crazy that was 10 years ago.
Right. Oh. Well, 8 years. Anyways, bad enough.
Close enough, dude.
Anyways, so Heather Elvis was born in June. Oops. Heather Elvis was born in June of 1993. A couple sources said June 24th, but others said June 30th. I don't know which, but in June. She was a Cancer June, okay? And her parents were named Terry and Debbie, and she was born in Carolina Forest, South Carolina. So she grew up in Horry County, which houses Myrtle Beach, and she lived in and around there her entire life. She had an older brother named Chris and a younger sister named Morgan. She loved kids and was very involved in her church growing up. She volunteered to run the youth program at her church, and this I didn't see in any other sources, but it was in the Stephanie Harlow video on this case, and I trust her with research and everything. But she said that Heather had participated in a missionary trip to Costa Rica, where she helped build houses for the poor and helped teach the children at the local orphanage how to read.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. I don't know.
Very admirable.
Yeah, and I don't know why that's not more well known that she did something that cool. But she was a girly tomboy. She loved athletic activities like riding four-wheelers. She loved volleyball and paintball, and she didn't mind getting a little dirty.
Getting a little wet and wild.
But she was also driven by a passion to create and had a great eye for color and design. The Elvis home was said to have always been full of Heather's little drawings and doodles. Her dad said that on their computer desk that she would like draw on the Post-it notes, so their computer was just full of little, doodles of her.
Oh, nice.
She never shied away from a chance to wear a pretty dress or do her makeup, which she was very passionate about. She loved it so much that she decided to study cosmetology after high school, and she wanted a job someday as a hairstylist or a makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
She graduated St. James High School in 2011, and shortly after graduating, got a job as a hostess at the Tilted Kilt, which is it's a tourist restaurant in Myrtle Beach, and it's similar to a Hooters.
It's Scottish Hooters.
Yes.
But they're wearing skirts.
Had you heard of it before?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of
We
it.
went to Tilted Kilt once. I don't like that stuff. It was not, I'm not like, I'm not like, I don't. Oh, wait, who is it? Dude, me, Scooter, Baxter, and 7th Street, going to Hooters after work? Are you coming? Sorry.
At the same time, she also had a job at the House of Blues in Myrtle Beach as well.
Whoa.
And she was attending cosmetology school. At the Tilted Kilt was where she met her closest friend and her eventual roommate named Bree Worrelman.
Worrelman?
Some sources also called her Bree Colzer. I don't know if that's like a married name or something, but we're just going to call her Bree, so it doesn't matter. Bree said that Heather was very funny, easy to talk to, and very pretty. So she was great at her job at the Tilted Kilt, which she really enjoyed. In June 2013, Heather pointed out the repairman to Bree, and his name is Sidney Moorer. And he was contracted by the Tilted Kilt to fix various things around the restaurant. Sidney was 37 to 38 years old at the time and was a married man of 3. Oh, sorry. Sidney was 37 years old at the time and a married man of about 20 years, as well as a father of 3 children that he shared with his wife. He was a trained welder and started his own welding business in 2002, which was called Palmetto Maintenance. Sidney was originally from Summerville, South Carolina, which is about 2.5 hours from where Sidney and his wife Tammy would settle in Myrtle Beach. Sidney's side of the family would become increasingly distant throughout his marriage, as it was clear to them that Tammy was very controlling over Sidney, and it made them uncomfortable. Tammy was 40 years old at the time and worked part-time running her own travel agency called Magical Vacations by Tammy.
Wow.
With her business, she would pretty much exclusively help customers plan trips to Disney parks and was described as what we would call nowadays a Disney adult. So she was like...
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, okay.
So a Disney adult is an adult that is like weirdly obsessed with Disney things. Now, she did have kids, so she does have that going for her. A lot of times Disney adults don't have kids. They just, whatever.
Usually a Disney adult, I should see a psychiatrist. No.
I mean, it's fine. Like, it's...
It is. I just, I know you know what I'm thinking of when I think of Disney's an adult.
Are you thinking of bronies?
No, I'm thinking of the freaking pee blankets. I don't know if anyone...
Blankets.
Like, I associate Disney blankets, and I think it's because... Okay, I'm not going to get into that. Just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Disney adults are adults that are, like, really into Disney. A lot of times they don't have kids. They just,
Vicariously live through Disney.
And that's fine. I mean, everybody needs their escape, but...
I like Disney stuff.
So she was mostly a stay-at-home mom. She only did that business, that part-time business, like, as a hobby, basically. According to a family member, she was, quote, a litigious person who gained most of her family income from lawsuits and settlements. I had to Google what litigious means, and it means...
Yeah, what is I was going to ask.
It means, very concerned with the law, like, very...
Oh.
Like, and,
What's
like,
the
quick...
law? Yeah.
Quick to sue, basically.
Ah.
So, a comment says Michael Jackson was a Disney adult. I mean, there are several brands of Disney adults.
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
So they were quite proud of the money that they had, and they would use it to take frequent trips to Disney parks. Mostly Disneyland in California, as opposed to Disney World in Florida, which was much closer, which is irrelevant, but something I noticed and thought it was interesting.
Wow.
And I never got an explanation for why, but... Throughout that summer, Heather would make several posts on her public Twitter account alluding to her crush on Sydney and her sexual interest in him. So some examples were, quote, "I got a taste for men who are older." She tweeted that on June 12th, and that's actually a lyric from the 2012 song Cola by Lana Del Rey. The song is also relevant, but just wanted to mention, it's like a rabbit hole for you to fall into if you haven't already. That song is actually about Harvey Weinstein.
Really?
Yeah. She even name checks him in the song. In the original in the original version of it, she says, "Harvey's in the sky with diamonds," and she's talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Really?
Yeah. Fall down that rabbit hole if you want to.
Dong, yes, this is technically behind the scenes. We're live.
Whoa.
But you get to see the funny ha-has and hee-hees.
Another tweet that she tweeted out was, quote, all in capitals, okay? Quote, "One of these days I will drag that man into the mop closet and have my way with him, Lord have mercy," end quote.
I'm getting hot and bothered just listening.
There was another one that it was very sexually explicit. I didn't feel comfortable reading it out loud.
Do you have it on there?
No, but it's not hard to find.
Okay.
Sydney and Heather did eventually become close. Sydney would often drop off coffee, bagels, and other little gifts for Heather at work, even on days he wasn't scheduled to come in.
Oh.
As well as calling her during her shift to check up on her, see how her day was going, things like that. For Heather's friends and coworkers, it was very clear that something was up between the two of them. Some of Heather's friends were concerned about Heather having an affair with a much older man. She told her friends that she knew Sydney was married, but he had an open marriage, so she wasn't doing anything wrong, and also that he was going to be leaving his wife soon to be with her.
He's not doing anything wrong. It's, practicing his open relationship.
So, her friend Bree said, quote, he flirted with her just as much, if not more, than she flirted with him. It was mutual, end quote.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it's like a typical kind of story that you're more middle-aged and the hot young girl at work's hitting on you. And
yeah, she's 20.
Yeah. So, mutual, yes. But I just...
Which, personally, I don't know what she saw in this man. He's not cute, but whatever. On July 7th, she replied to a tweet from someone named Brooke asking what time Heather worked that day, presumably at the Tilted Kilt, to which Heather replied, quote, "I work at HOB, House of Blues, but I'll be there to get food later. Also, Sydney will be there tonight, so I gotta make an appearance," end quote. Now, I do want to note that she spells Sydney with a Y and not an I, which is how we spell Sydney Moore's name. I don't know of another Sydney she could be talking about, but just keep in mind it could be technically possible she's talking about somebody else, but probably not.
Unlikely.
Yeah. This exchange happened at 3:36 p.m. on Twitter, but that evening at 7:12 p.m., Heather tweets out, quote, "Baby did a bad thing."
Oh, baby did a bad thing.
She never clarifies what she means by that, but given the fact that she mentioned Sydney earlier, could this have been the day their affair officially began?
Liv, also, doing a great job with the story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dong Flavorful.
It's funny hearing you say that. Thanks, Dong Flavorful.
So we don't know exactly when their affair became, quote, official, or when it was first consummated sexually.
Yes.
But we do know that both of those things did happen, albeit the affair did not last for very long.
Did they have an affair at the Tilted Kilt?
They had affairs all over the place. You know what I mean?
Was the first one at Tilted Kilt?
We don't know. We don't know. No one has ever said, like what happened. We just know that they did get a little freaky. We're going to get into it. Anyways. Sydney later said that the affair happened mostly in September of 2013. But what I'm getting at is maybe they didn't have sex until September, but if that even really matters. But the emotional affair clearly began much earlier than that. most likely late June, early July, judging by the tweets. But on September 21st, Heather tweets out, quote, "Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well."
That is so cringy. What?
So,
Angel and the devil fell in love.
So this is a quote from the book Gods and Monsters by the author Laini Taylor, and has been largely interpreted to refer to the demise of her relationship with Sydney. And this is because in late September, Sydney's wife Tammy found out about the affair and went batshit crazy, for lack of a better term.
And he obviously lied about the open relationship, because if it was, why would she freak out? Liar. Bam. Red flag.
Well, I mean, that's what I thought too. In fact, I even wrote that in my notes. I said, I don't know if this is really something Sydney told her, if she just told her friends that so they wouldn't worry about her, or if he lied. It turns out later that Tammy does say that they did have an open marriage. We're going to get into it. So shortly after the affair ended, Heather received a call from Sydney where he told Heather that, quote, "You are nothing to me, just someone who spread your legs."
Oh.
End quote. This phone call was very upsetting to Heather, in part because she probably still had feelings for him, but also because the phone call was just incredibly degrading. And
yeah, why? That's why. Sorry, you know what? No, sorry. I'm not even gonna comment.
You don't want to?
This guy is like becoming like the epitome of a dirtbag already,
Yeah.
which is also leading me to
And I do want to say
have
too,
concerns of where this is going.
I meant to say this at the beginning, but you know, we're talking about a difficult situation here. Heather did not make awesome decisions. That doesn't, you know, we're not going to talk badly about her, you know.
No,
She
and,
was
yeah.
young. She was 20 years old. This man is almost 40. He's half her age. No, he's double her age. And,
Like, whoa.
and he was the one that had commitments. Like, he was the one that was married with kids, with all this stuff. He was the one that should have put an end to this. It wasn't Heather's responsibility to not have a crush on him. You know what I mean? It was his responsibility as the older married man to make it clear to her, like, hey, young girl. No. Wait, how does that song go? Young girl, you're out of your mind. Your love for me is way out of line. You better run, girl.
I'm sure that's what everybody thought about
You're
when
much
you said
too
that.
young, girl.
Definitely everybody.
That was
Wow.
his job, to sing that song to her.
Well, I mean, also, but yes, it was.
And he told her that there was this open marriage. He's telling her, he's whispering all these sweet nothings into her ear. She's an impressionable young girl. She believed it. And, you know, she didn't deserve what was coming to her, okay? So we're not going to be mean to her.
No, you know what? And yeah, you're right. I support it. If that's what you want to do when you're 20, fucking do it. I mean, be safe.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, sorry, excuse my language. Try not to swear. But, yeah.
So this phone call actually started with Tammy kind of being like, here, talk to my husband. And
She wanted to get in on the drama.
yeah, so he was kind of putting, when he was saying these mean things to Heather over the phone, he's kind of putting on a show for his wife.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that was obvious to Heather, but it was still upsetting. So Sydney would later say about Heather on his social media, quote, "Heather was not a relationship. Heather was not a girlfriend. Excuse me. Heather was not a fling. Heather was not a mistress. Heather was a girl that chased me at work and traded oral sex for pumpkin spice lattes." But,
That's okay. See, that's an awful. This dude is a lunatic.
well, was he really the one saying it?
What?
So Tammy became so paranoid about her husband's infidelity that she took extremely drastic measures to ensure that it would not be happening again.
Oh, now I get it.
She supposedly handcuffed him to their bed frame every night. She made him get a tattoo of her name on his stomach, like right above his pelvic area. Huge tattoo. There's a picture of it on our Instagram. He was constantly monitored by her and was not allowed out of the house without her. She also took his phone and changed the password so that only she could access it, and Sydney could not use his own phone without permission and supervision by his wife. And she even accompanied him to work.
So this happened afterwards, right?
Yes.
With the Heather thing. Wow, she put her fucking... Sorry, keep swearing. She put her foot down. She's like, you're getting my name tattooed on you? Wow. Sydney, you are a straight punk.
Do you want to see it? The
I
picture?
do. Can we pull it up on stream as well?
I didn't send it to you, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, I'll just put it up to the camera. It's gonna be on our Instagram when the episode goes out. Oops.
See if you can.
Can you see it?
Can't really see it.
Oh.
No.
Well, it's gonna be on our Instagram when the episode comes out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
We don't have the exact link for it. It's just saved in there.
We might be able to pull it up later, but anyways.
That is wildly embarrassing. Oh my god.
So with Sydney's phone and her own phone, Tammy began harassing Heather by sending her sexually explicit photos of herself and Sydney, of Tammy and Sydney engaging in sexually explicit content.
Tammy, okay, real quick, the comment here. Tammy is out of control. She's taking it a little too far.
A little bit.
I understand going to work with them.
Really? I thought that was one of the most crazy things that she did.
That was the most crazy thing she did?
It was one of them.
She made him get a tattoo.
That was very crazy.
That's a bad one. Is that never mind.
And Tammy also sent Heather vaguely and overtly threatening texts on her life and her husband's life. And one time, Tammy reportedly called Heather 60 times in one day. So...
Hold up a second.
Go ahead. I don't even call you that much in one day, and I call you a lot.
That's a lie. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, real quick, my brain's like doing things as you're talking about this. Mm-hmm. Where did this happen?
This happened in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, North Carolina? South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Also, that's going to look really bad.
What?
I should have... That light...
Oh,
whatever.
It's okay.
I remember seeing on Facebook, I can't remember where it was. I instantly want to think Florida because it's always like Florida this, Florida that. But I remember out hearing a story about, I think I have heard about this.
Okay.
Because when you said the calling 60 times, what was her job?
What was Tammy's job?
Yes.
She was the Disney adult.
The Disney adult, right?
Mom. I think you're thinking about somebody else.
I think I am, but I remember
because I think I know what case you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where that lady, she went on a date with that guy and she called him like 600 times and then he died or something.
No, I think she got like arrested for. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Separate stuff, not related. Debunked.
So because this ended up, spoiler alert, we end up going to trial eventually. So that's how we have this transcript. But this is a transcript of a conversation that happened late into the, close to midnight and after midnight on November 1st, 2013, going into November 2nd, 2013. Would you like to read the text from Heather's phone or from Sydney's phone? How about you do Heather? I'll do Sydney's phone.
Okay.
So... You're going to read H, I'll read S. So, again, these texts, especially the ones that are coming from Sydney's phone, they're coming from his phone, but is he the one saying it? All right.
I don't think so.
So, go ahead and start. Well, hang on, because I got to see it too.
Okay. Sydney.
The following messages happened over the course of an hour that I'm about to say. Yeah? What's up? Who the F is this? Why would you effing text and start over.
Sydney.
Yeah? What's up? Who the F is this? Why would you effing text at 12:30 and not respond? Someone's about to get their ass beat down. Your bitch is about to take his last breath.
What in the world? Sorry, my phone was messing up all night. Wouldn't let me answer calls, and then it just froze. But you've got some explaining to do.
Why is that? Who is this? I frown upon people who hang up on me. Not cool. You can tell me who you are right now, or I will find out another way. That way won't have a great turnout for you.
Nobody you need to worry about.
You want to call me right now and explain yourself? It would be the wise thing to do. I've been having Sydney followed since January of 2012. It's best you call back and speak immediately. Save yourself. I'm giving you one last chance to answer before we meet in person. Only one. Hey, sweetie, you ready to meet the missus? The kids want to meet you. Later that day.
So, when does Sydney get his phone back?
This is him, but we can't talk anymore.
Can you call for, just a minute?
No, I love family.
Ha, okay.
Sorry, I made a mistake.
You knew what you were doing. It was no mistake. I understand this can't go on anymore. I just want to know that your wife isn't going...
The transcript cuts off.
Because I lost hours today because they sent me home after she kept calling.
She doesn't care about you. It's fine. She has a boyfriend. She was just mad at me for lying. Wants me to take some tests to make sure I didn't catch anything from you.
Then why does this have to end if she's got a boyfriend? Stop being such a pushover and letting her control you.
I can't do it anymore. It's not right.
Yeah, okay. That was fun. End scene. Thank you.
All right. So, as we just heard, here we go.
Dude, listen. Okay, real quick. Some weird... I'm not even going to give any attention to it. I don't care. I don't.
It's not going off, though, is it?
No.
That'll probably bother them. Okay.
Nope.
So as we just heard Heather explain, Tammy would call the Tilted Kilt constantly in an attempt to get Heather fired and was threatening that her husband would no longer work there if Heather worked there. And this, I didn't put it in my notes because I couldn't find a good place to put it, but I guess right here's as good a place as any. Her friends, actually, quote unquote friends, because this is like a awful thing to do to a friend, but they had called the Tilted Kilt pretending to be Tammy to prank her or whatever, and Bree said that really upset her and really scared her because Tammy is a scary person and she was scared by that.
Also too, I don't know why Tammy is taking so much... I mean, it's okay to be mad at her because she engaged in that too, but let it go.
Yeah. And
focus on your husband because if she knew, she shouldn't have done it, but you're not married to her. You don't have children with her. I don't know.
Sorry, I don't like the way my hair dried. Heather and Sydney did end up in communication again over texting, and they both agreed that the relationship is over. Blah, 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 blah. It appears as if by early November, the Moores had stopped contacting Heather and vice versa. The Moore family left town on November 19 for a trip to Disneyland and would return to South Carolina on December 11th. So while the Moores were gone, Heather was thriving. She had secured a job at a local salon as a makeup artist, which she was so excited about.
She finally got there.
Yeah, and she told Bree that she was going to go back to attending church regularly with her. And it just really seemed as if Heather was turning over a new leaf. She's starting over as best she could after the aftermath of this affair and the harassment. But Heather did start putting on weight around this time. Her coworkers at the Tilted Kilt remarked that she had gone up 3 bra sizes. She had to keep requesting a bigger size. And she did take a pregnancy test. And,
what were the results?
Well, it was an over-the-counter pregnancy test, and the results showed error.
I didn't know that was an option on a pregnancy test.
Yeah, so it didn't come back positive or negative. It just said error. And we don't know if Heather took another test or if she just was, like, trying not to think about it and was like, oh, well, I guess that means I'm not pregnant, or I don't know. I don't know if she ever took another one, but that's all I know about that.
She's probably looking at it like, well, error could mean no. I mean...
So on December 17th, Heather went on her first date since Sydney with a boy she met online named Stephen Schiraldi.
Stephen Schiraldi.
He picked her up around 7. They went to dinner, and then around 10, they went to look at Christmas lights around the town.
Aww.
And after that, they drove to a parking lot so he could teach her how to drive his car, which was a stick shift.
What a Hallmark moment.
I know. And
that's so sweet.
You know, it's funny that you mention it being a Hallmark moment because she was so excited about this that she had Steven take a photo of her behind the wheel of the car, and she sent this photo to her father and to Bree. So I guess that was kind of like she was really close with her parents, you know, and her father, he had this truck that had a stick shift, and Heather really liked the truck, but she couldn't ever drive it because it was a stick shift, and so he would always, like, say, oh, I'm going to teach you one day, and whatever. It was like an inside joke with the two of them, so she sent this picture to him saying, I'm a pro now, or something. So it was like a nice, wholesome moment.
Yeah.
Their date ended around 1:15 a.m. with Steven dropping her off at her apartment and then driving away.
That's a little late for a Hallmark moment.
It's a little late.
It's a little late.
2 days later, a police officer came to the Elvis home to question them about a vehicle that they suspected was stolen because it was parked in, like, a weird way, and it was registered under Terry Elvis's name. All of the family home's cars were accounted for, but when the officer described the vehicle as a Dodge Intrepid, they knew it was Heather's car. So Heather's car had been found at Peachtree Landing, a boat launch on the Waccamaw River about 8 miles from her apartment, and it was parked facing the water, so it was, like, perpendicular to the space, the parking space. Upon investigation, Heather's personal belongings, such as her phone, keys, and purse, were not inside the locked car, but there were no immediate signs of foul play. Because of this, the police made an admittedly poor decision of letting Terry drive the car home instead of taking it in for evidence. At this point, yes, Heather was missing, but apparently was not being taken as a missing and endangered case. So they were thinking she's just going to turn up probably today, later on, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Heather's parents had not heard from her since receiving that photo of her driving the car, and none of her other family members or friends had seen or heard from her since either. Heather's missing persons investigation was started shortly after the discovery of the car. In the following days, a massive search for Heather was conducted, but no evidence leading to her discovery was found at the landing or in the Waccamaw River. So Bree happened to be visiting relatives out of state when Heather went missing. The day her car was discovered, she joined the Elvis family in searching for her best friend. She said, quote, I called her dad, who was with the police at the time, at Peachtree, and he had asked when the last time I talked to Heather was. She told him that Heather had called her from the apartment right after her date with Steven. Quote, she started saying I had an amazing date and I'm supposed to see him tomorrow when he gets off work. End quote. Sure. At this point, Steven probably looks a little suspicious after...
Of course.
After all, he was the last person to see Heather before she disappeared.
Yeah.
Or was he? Police questioned Steven thoroughly and were able to confirm his alibi. He was very cooperative with law enforcement, and he was swiftly ruled out as a suspect or even a person of interest.
Good job, Steven.
Bree told police that while Heather mentioned her date with Steven, she was more interested in telling Bree about a phone call she had gotten just moments before. So Heather said, quote, her exact words, Sydney called me. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, what did he say? She said he wanted to be with me and see me, end quote. Bree advised her to ignore the call, and Heather agreed. She was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to get some sleep. Investigators looked into Heather's cell phone records, both to confirm Bree's story and to start tracking her movements that night. Her phone logs showed that Heather dialed a number several times. And through a Google search, Terry and Debbie found that the number was registered to a man named...
Oh, Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney, sorry. I was like, who? Who was it registered to? For those that are on Spotify or something, Olivia was looking at me with her ear out, like her hand next to her ear, like waiting for me to answer it, but I'm not all there. I'm trying.
Zoning out.
Lots of stamina, yes.
So they had never heard of Sydney Moore before. They didn't know who that was. But they assumed that this man must have been the older ex-boyfriend that Bree had mentioned to them. Even though it was late at night when the Elvises made this discovery, Terry decided to call the number anyway. Quote, I said, "You don't know me," I said, "but I'm Heather's father, Heather Elvis, and before I can get the next word out, I'm getting cussed out left and right." So he said that Sydney was like, F you, I don't know, and effing Heather, effing Elvis, like, I never even known her, like, don't call me, like, leave me alone, doing that kind of thing.
The typical stage of denial.
Yeah.
Cursing, anger, denouncing any truth.
In addition to Sydney's phone number showing up in the call logs, another mysterious number made an appearance. Police were able to trace this number back to a payphone outside of a local gas station.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to say real quick, like if you use a payphone and you're not in a jail or you truly don't have access to a phone, you just look suspicious.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone on a payphone that does not immediately come off as suspicious.
I've never seen anybody at a payphone at all.
And that too. Where even is a payphone? I mean, if you're in like New York, it would make sense. But sorry,
Oh no, you're okay.
Passionate about that.
So, luckily, the gas station happened to have a security camera that was pointed right at the payphone, probably for the reasons you just said. And the person on camera looked a whole lot like
Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney. Yes, I did it. 2 for 2. Don't throw a curveball at me on the next one. I can't promise that I'll get it right.
Okay. When police originally questioned Sydney about the night in question, he said... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. When police originally questioned Sydney about the night in question, he said he had been home all night and had not seen Heather, but that she called him. He told police that on that night she went missing, he had been handcuffed to his bed at home by his wife. When confronted with the footage, he did admit to calling her on the payphone, but only to tell her to leave him and his family alone, even though there were no records on either of their phones of Heather trying to contact him since he had left and come back from vacation. When asked about the call made from Heather's phone to his phone that was answered, he denied knowing anything about that call or what was said during it. Some other camera footage became available as well. So a woman living near Peachtree had security cameras which had caught a dark pickup Ford F-150 truck around 3:30 a.m. that was driving by this resident's home and towards Peachtree Landing.
Oh.
So here is the official timeline of the night in question at this point, okay? So at 1 a.m., Sydney is caught on Walmart security footage buying a pregnancy test and cigars. 1:35, Sydney calls Heather from a payphone. The call lasts around 5 minutes. 1:44, Heather calls Bree, lasts around 2.5 minutes. And from 2:24 to 3:05 a.m., Heather calls the payphone 9 times, but it goes unanswered. At 2:42, Heather's phone pings at a place called Longbeard's Bar and Restaurant. At 2:57, her phone is pinging leaving the bar. She drives around and circles back to Longbeard's. At 3:16, Heather tries to call At 3:16, Heather tries to call Sydney's cell phone. At 3:19, Heather is back at her apartment complex, but she likely doesn't even go inside. She's probably just sitting in the parking lot because she attempts to call Sydney again, but this time he answers. And this call lasts 4 minutes. Sydney's phone shows him being at his house. At 3:25 to 3:37, Heather's phone is in her car while she drives to Peachtree Landing. At 3:36, the resident security camera catches Sydney's car driving from the direction of his house towards Peachtree Landing. And this resident lives less than 2 miles from the Moorer home. At 3:39, Heather calls Sydney's phone 3 times in a row and there is no answer. Another security camera catches the same car driving toward Peachtree Landing at the same time. At 3:41, Heather calls Sydney one last time and there's no answer. At 3:42, Heather's phone goes dead. 3:45, the second security camera catches footage of the car driving away from Peachtree Landing and towards the Moorer house. And at 3:46, the first security camera catches the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's odd what they're doing, but yes, it makes sense.
So, throughout questioning, the Moores would confirm that that was their car on the footage and that they may have been in the area of Peachtree Landing during that time, but not to meet Heather. But do you want to know why?
Yeah.
They were driving around trying to find a secluded place where they could have sex.
Him and his wife?
Yeah. That's their alibi.
Nah, that sounds like BS.
Sometime after the disappearance, the Moores were caught on camera Sometime after the disappearance, the Moores were caught on camera deep cleaning Sydney's...
You see why I laugh?
Yeah.
They were deep.
Sometime after the disappearance, the Moores were caught on camera deep cleaning Sydney's truck that had been seen that night. And they had also been seen burning rugs. Now, I want to play you...
I'm sorry, they were seen what now?
Burning rugs.
Burning rugs. And let me tell you, they weren't dancing. That's cutting a rug. You get what I mean, okay?
Yeah, no, they weren't.
We're just figuring we get rid of them.
By burning them.
Fucking sorry, I keep swearing on her.
So I do have a video that I would like to play for you lovely people. And this is...
I'm just kidding.
So,
You're just such a crabuggy.
So this, it's really not a video, it's just audio of Sydney's interrogation, and there's also a clip of Tammy's interrogation as well.
Really?
Yeah.
What is picture in... I don't like that. Go away. All right, everybody. Here we go.
About 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, shit, probably. Into October, beginning of November, right in there somewhere.
So you had October?
Oh, no. It was like well before, because we went on vacation. It was well before we went on vacation. And there was nothing. The last
No
thing...
contact or anything?
Yeah, there was the last thing that was sent or anything was she sent a period to me, and that was it.
And that was through text messages or
Yeah.
phone calls?
Okay, real quick. You said he wasn't that good. He's not... He's a decent-looking guy. Is he not?
No.
You don't think so? I mean, I'm not...
I've seen too many pictures of him. He's not. Start it over, though. Could you please start over?
Or that 3 or 4
Yes.
minutes?
Oh, shit, probably. Into October, beginning of November, right in there somewhere.
So you had October?
Oh, no. It was like well before, because we went on vacation. It was well before we went on vacation. And there was nothing. The last
No
thing...
contact or anything?
Yeah, there was the last thing that was sent or anything was she sent a period to me, and that was it.
And that was through text messages
Yeah,
or phone calls?
and I didn't...
Did she normally text or call?
Usually it was text.
Because you can delete that a little easier? Or
Well, no, that's just usually the way we talk, because
when did your wife find out that that was kind of going on?
about the end of October.
In October? Okay. Now,
And she asked, what do you want to do? And I mean, at first I didn't tell her what's going on.
had she ever met her?
No.
Never seen her, never met her?
Nope. And then the following day, I told my wife what was going on, and my wife actually talked to her, and they had planned a meeting, and she didn't show up for the meeting.
How'd you start a relationship? Just
A couple of the girls had said, hey, Heather had a dream about you, like a nasty dream or something. And I'm like, okay, good. And, I was going about my business. And like 2 or 3 times that kind of happened. And then, we just kind of we would talk a little more every time in person. And then she started calling me. And I still don't know how she got my phone number, but she started calling me.
This is
And
when
it kind of led on.
You think summer,
Mid-September or something,
Mid-September.
maybe.
So she started texting or calling in. You cut her
Yeah.
calling her back. I mean, she's a young, pretty girl.
Yeah.
You know.
And she was interested in.
There was a phone call made to Heather that night from a payphone at the gas station on 10th Avenue.
Okay.
And we have video from that.
Okay.
Did you try calling her? Just a minute?
No.
A second? You sure?
Maybe.
How about we start again?
I did. I called her. But
No. Sure about that? Maybe.
I did. I called her.
Okay, let's start from the start again, because I
know.
don't know you. You don't know.
I know. In the whole story, everything's legit.
Okay.
I
Let's
did
go
call.
back to the part where it's not being legit. And
Okay.
start from the.
No, I did call her on the payphone.
Okay. And what did you say?
I asked her to please leave me alone because she had been leaving notes on her car when I was at work.
To call and say, "Leave me alone," to a woman who
Yes.
hasn't contacted.
You need to start over.
Yeah. Let's start over. This.
Because that ain't flying, boss.
But you guys don't understand. I had boyfriends.
What was that? Him being aggressive or whatever? This ain't flying. Regardless, that's like when you're like in grade school trying to come up with an excuse as like
Yeah.
why you don't have your homework or something like that. It's like, I don't know, maybe ramblings of a madman. All right,
So now this is Tammy's.
I got it.
Go back just a little bit. Now this is Tammy's investigation.
Flying, boss.
But you guys don't understand. I had boyfriends. We hadn't been marriage. It's okay. I could care less if he had sex with 100 people. Okay. All right. I mean, that it doesn't bother me. So, I mean, this girl, I can tell you just as an outsider looking at the Twitter, which I didn't know existed until all this went down, she's not right. She's not normal. I was 20. I partied with bands constantly. I wasn't that kind of girl. And believe me, I had the friends to make me that kind of girl, and I didn't do it. So, there's something not right with her.
I'm not assuming that anything happened to this girl. She could be running around wrong.
That's what I'm thinking, too. She could just be, he doesn't want me to.
Sorry, one second. What did?
So, there's something not right with her.
I'm not assuming.
I was 20. I partied with bands constantly. I wasn't that kind of girl. And believe me, I had the friends to make me that kind of girl, and I didn't do it. So, there's something not right with her.
Okay, never mind. I thought she was saying stuff in like past tense about her, and I'm like, oh, well, she definitely knows she's dead then.
Okay. So we're done with that. Okay. So investigation continued through the following months. Sydney made several police reports saying that he and his family were being followed. Their property was being damaged by persons unknown. And Tammy made several posts on social media about the case and accusing police of framing them for Heather's disappearance. Tammy and Sydney. So this is going to be... Who should I read first? I'll read Sydney's first. So he said this on Facebook, quote, "All I'm asking is for you to keep an open mind. I'm not out to hurt anyone, and I have no hard feelings towards Heather. It was just a blowjob, and if that comes across as insensitive, I do apologize, but that's what it was. All of the lies and BS the news reported on would have messed with anyone's head that did not know us, and they should have done follow-ups on all the false information they leaked, but they never will. That's how the news media works. They spread lies and gossip, but when the truth is exposed, they refuse to air that. They refuse to air their mistakes. Something else about that. I recently read an old article in the state paper. It quoted someone saying her people followed us to Florida. It quoted Sandra Rhodes saying her people followed us to Florida in January 2014 and everywhere else from mid-December until they kidnapped us on 2014. So if Rhodes had us followed to Florida, why would she lead the public to believe a male's body found in Florida might be that of Heather Elvis? She blatantly lied to you, Horry County. If she had us followed, she knew our every move and led the public to believe this BS anyway. So what he's talking about is Sandra Rhodes, I believe, is the prosecutor or is a part of the prosecuting team. And when he said they kidnapped us on February 21st, 2014, he's talking about when they got arrested.
Oh.
And so Tammy said, well, quote, well, Sydney cheated on me in the months of September and October with a psycho whore who has since went missing, and now her crazy daddy is threatening to kill my children and Sydney, therefore making Sydney stupid. This girl grabbed his business card out of the office at her workplace and had fantasies about him as far back as March, but talked about it in July, naming him. I don't know of any other word to describe my, quote, husband at this point. All you have to do is research this girl's Twitter, although 4 months of it has gone missing in the past couple weeks, and her Tumblr to see what a twisted person she truly is. I could care less seeing that I had a boyfriend of my own for the past couple of years, but when someone brings my children into the scenario, it's a whole other story. I will not tolerate anyone hurting my children because my husband banged a hoe 3 times in the backseat of her car and nothing more. I could care less what he screwed around with, but the fact that this jerk is stalking my family is unacceptable.
She's delusional.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what happened. They're doing it because you guys are oddly suspicious that she suddenly went missing, not because your husband had an affair with her. Like, no, that's not Tammy.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening at all. I don't know. And I don't know who to believe because he said that all they did was one thing, and then she said that they were doing it in the car, so...
Yeah.
And then she said, my boyfriend. I've had a boyfriend.
Yeah, she keeps talking about this boyfriend.
I think
Who's the boyfriend?
I think he's like a sack of flour that is in the back of the minivan that she like cries into before she gets home from work. Ryan. That's the boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah.
We have pictures of that on our Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
On February 21st, 2013, their home was searched and items such as a spent shot shell...
I'm sorry. A what?
A spent shotgun shell casing.
Oh. Okay.
Which I have no clue what that is. A bag of concrete mix and a large bottle of cleaning solution were found.
Well, in all fairness, maybe Sydney went hunting.
Yeah.
And he was laying a new patio down in the backyard.
Yeah.
And what was the last one?
Someone had explosive diarrhea in their bathroom.
And she was cleaning it up. I mean, what, you can't have that? I'm sorry. I thought we were in America. Have things in my house.
Well, both Sydney and Tammy were arrested and charged with murder, kidnapping, obstruction of justice, and indecent exposure, which is hilarious. It's due to documented proof on their phones of them engaging in sexual situations in public. Which was, I think it was just kind of like
a petty, like...
Yeah, kind of like an FU, like
yeah.
whatever. They were also both charged with Medicaid fraud later on, but that's unrelated. They were in jail for almost a year until being released due to lack of physical evidence connecting them to a crime. The South Carolina court system approved the Moores' request to move out of state to Florida due to concerns for their safety and financial well-being because no one in town would hire them, believing they were guilty of murder. During their various trials, several interesting pieces of information were revealed. And An expert witness testified that by tracking the Moores' phones, it was clear that they had been near Heather's job, her favorite bars, and her home in the days before she disappeared. The defense would argue that these were just popular hangouts in the area. He even said something like, I bet if you checked my phone, I would be stalking her too. Okay, whatever. That's a weird thing to say.
You probably would.
The, blah, blah, blah. Tammy's sister had been babysitting the Moore children on the night in question, but both of the Moore's phones were on and pinging at their home and not at Peachtree Landing while Heather was there. Tammy was called by the defense to the stand to testify. Heather's sister, Tammy.
Okay.
Heather's sister, Morgan, said to Dateline, quote, when I found out that Tammy was going to testify, I really wanted to be there because I do look like Heather, and she ran into me in the hallway. It was the first time she had really made eye contact and been up close and personal with me, and I could hear her audibly gasp. End quote. Tammy's entire defense was that she was an overprotective mom, but not a violent, controlling wife. She made a point to mention her kids several times throughout the testimony. She said that she only texted Heather all those times because she wanted to know who was texting her husband. Quote, the messages were never directed towards Heather Elvis. They were directed to the mystery person. I just wanted to know who it was. End quote. Tammy also said that she was upset with Sidney because of his dishonesty, not his Tammy also said that she was upset with Sidney because of his dishonesty, not his infidelity, and even said that their open marriage was her idea. Quote, I said, I think it's a good idea to have an open marriage for a little bit and just see if we were meant to be together. The only thing I ask of you is to be honest with me. Sidney wasn't honest with me, and that's why I got angry with Sidney. End quote. Any thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. So is he for what he's done, but also this lady Tammy, the first woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the fact that she's like reiterating her children.
Yeah.
And using her children. Because I'm sorry, but
there was even a point when she was on the stand, she pointed out her kid in the courtroom. She was like, that's my kid over there. That's my middle kid over there. I'm just trying to be a good mother.
And I think that goes to also show, like, how diabolical she's capable of being. Because I'm sorry, but, like, that's an act. If you're... how am I trying to say? Like, you're putting on that much of a show in front of a jury.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's fake, but you're making it seem so real.
As far as Tammy's extramarital affairs, as far as we know, it was only after she found out about Sidney's affair that she reached out to an old friend named Kevin online. And they only ever talked over the phone and over text for a few weeks through the end of November and December around the time of Heather's disappearance. Now, Kevin was actually asked to testify in court, and he said, quote, she was looking for someone to basically have sex with, end quote. So she was, like, trying to make him jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Tammy denied that the pregnancy test Sidney bought was for Heather and said that it was actually for her. She said that she did not force Sidney to get her name tattooed on him, that the tattoo was planned before he even met Heather. She also said that she never handcuffed Sidney to the bed as punishment, but they did use handcuffs in the bed. Okay,
Wayo! Party time at the Moores.
Okay. She dismissed each of the suspicious items found in their home as mundane items they needed for various purposes, kind of like you just said. I know you were joking, but that is kind of what she did.
No, they did not.
Yeah, she was like...
Oh my gosh,
I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was like, well,
Okay, yeah, what, you're trying to tell me that you don't store... I'm sorry, you don't store your cement mix... your what was it, the cleaning stuff?
The cleaning stuff and the spent shotgun casing.
It just so happened to be all there at one time. What do you want me to say? You guys sound crazy. You guys sound crazy right now.
Tammy testified that she wanted Heather to be found as much as anyone else, and that she actually liked Heather.
What?
And had
No,
a
you-
pleasant conversation with her over the phone about the affair.
You did not. That is a lie. I said to my nephew last week. We went to Dunkin' Donuts, and I wanted to get my nephew a Frappuccino. And Dunkin' Donuts said, and I wanted with no caffeine because my nephew's like 8. And they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that." And I looked back at him and I said, "Nephew, that is what is called a lie."
And then we went to Starbucks.
And then we went to Starbucks and they did it. Like, Tammy, what you just said, that's a lie. That's a lie. You're lying.
Now, I mean, it was very obvious that she was lying because of the posts that she made public on, on Facebook, and those texts were not friendly. Heather was afraid of her. Remember when I told you about the prank that her friends pulled on her?
Yeah.
She was terrified.
They were just joshing around. It was all...
And Heather's family, the Elvis family, they were very offended that Tammy was speaking about their daughter at all, and like pretending to be like, "Oh, I want her to be found too. Like, I'm a good person." They were just disgusted. And if you even, like, I think it was her dad talking about it, and he was like, "That I was so offended. I hated listening to that, whatever." In 2016, Sydney was tried for kidnapping, which resulted in a mistrial, but he did end up being convicted on the charge of obstruction to justice, and this is because he originally said that wasn't him at the payphone, even though it was. And for that, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
What?
Yeah.
10 years?
Which is kind of like a BS charge, but you don't think so?
No, I'm like in disbelief that he got 10 years for going... What? For
Yeah.
that thing he said about the payphone, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Maybe."
No, originally he had said, like, "No, that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me." That was that interview that I showed you guys. That was his, like, second or third interview. That was a little bit later on.
Even so, like, that's...
They were trying to throw the book at him. They were trying to, like, give him the max sentence for whatever they could. Because, remember, Heather's body has never been found.
Yeah, she's still missing.
Yeah, to this day she's missing.
What?
Yeah.
What? And sorry, real quick, I want to say, too, like, okay, I'm in no way, like, defending this guy, but I'm somewhat of a... What did you call it? A litigist?
Litigious.
I'm somewhat litigious because I do think that he should be getting charged. They need to do their due diligence and actually arrest him and give him time for what he clearly did, and, like, I don't know, work harder and figure that stuff out, because that's I don't know, like, that's not justice.
Well, I'm not all the way done.
Oh.
So
Well, I'm just venting my
it's okay.
opinions.
And, I mean, we don't get an awesome conclusion, but he does get a little bit more. In 2018, Tammy was tried for kidnapping and conspiracy, for which she was found guilty and sentenced to 30 years for each crime. But she was allowed for, sentenced 30 years for each crime, but the sentences were allowed to run concurrently or at the same time. So she really only got 30 years for both of those charges. In 2019, Sydney was tried for kidnapping and for a charge of conspiracy as well, for which he as well was found guilty and sentenced to 30 years for both crimes. Charges against both of them for murder were dropped because there's no body. Once they have both served at least 85% of their respective sentences, they will be eligible for parole. If granted, they will both be in their late 60s to early 70s when released.
Oh my God.
To this day, it is unknown what happened to Heather or where she is today. No trace of her, her phone, her keys, or her purse have ever been found. What's left is only speculation. So because all we have is speculation I took to Reddit. So a Redditor said, quote, first heard of this on a kayak tour around Peachtree Landing where, quote, first heard of this on a kayak tour around Peachtree Landing where, if I read it correctly, she was last seen. We kayaked all around that area for hours looking at the wildlife, etc. I would guess she was in the water in there somewhere, but many twists and turns with tons of places to hide. Her phone is missing. Local magnet fishers may have a chance at finding it still. End quote. Another Redditor said, gruesome, but are there alligators in that body of water? And the original poster responded, said, we didn't see any, but we were told that there is. Can't say for sure, but it may have been a mess with the tourists kind of thing. And a third Redditor commented, yes, there are alligators. And from a different Reddit thread, someone said, quote, this is local to me and I know people who know them. They won't ever tell where her body is. Tammy had them dispose of the body. Tammy had her father help them dispose of the body, and then he committed suicide by stopping his heart medication. Sydney is too afraid of what she'll have done to the kids if he tells. It's up to law enforcement to find her. End quote. Another person says, quote, ugh, that is so frustrating and upsetting. I have a theory she's probably in the ocean since they were in Myrtle Beach and by the shoreline. Another Redditor says, quote, no one believes she's in the water. More like under the concrete they poured a few days after she went missing. Her car was put at that boat landing as a red herring, end quote. And that's all I have. I usually kind of try to wrap it up in a bow a little bit nicer, but that's it.
Here's my thing. I think Sydney I think he's got caught up in all this, but he's an idiot. Yeah. He's not methodical with how he goes about this. When he was lying on there, it was like that one, I watched some interrogation and the guy was like, he had like a real southern accent. He's like, interrogating the guy, he's like, you ever get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, Steven? The guy's like, no. Whatever. But he was just acting as if that's what happened. I mean, I think his wife, Tammy was, I don't know, because
unhinged.
Yeah, and like took it to such a level too, because yeah,
Tammy was definitely the mastermind, says a comment. I totally agree, and I do believe with the prosecutor's theory of the prosecuting theory was that they caught wind that possibly Heather could have been pregnant, so they lured her to the landing, had the pregnancy test and everything, forced her to take the test. If it was positive, she dies.
Whoa, that's sick. I mean, it's just how.
I don't know how they could have done it though.
I mean, but then again, they also like, even Tammy, she doesn't seem like she's some kind of like mastermind psychopath or something. I mean, I just don't understand when stuff like when there's.
I disagree. In her mugshot, she's smiling.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Do you want to look at some pictures, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The shotgun shell, the bag of cement. What's her name?
Just look up Heather Elvis, so we can see pictures of her too.
I'll pull this up. Aw.
Very pretty girl.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, but real quick. The shotgun shells, the cement, and the cleaning stuff. I mean, how are they not able to, like, maybe we should check for, like, fresh cement, you know? But, so that's him.
Yeah.
And that's, oh my gosh, dude.
Here, that picture, she's, like, smiling.
Dude, she is, she does not even look human. I'm sorry.
Okay, Gabe.
No, I'm not even trying to be mean. That's actually, like, frightening. Dude. Tell me that is not like, bro, she cut someone's face off and like is wearing it.
Oh my gosh.
That looks so creepy. Oh, look, he looks normal. You know who he kind of looks like?
Who?
What was that movie Robert Pattinson was in, where like him and his like roommate were like drug addicts or something?
Oh, Good Times.
Doesn't he look like that?
I think it's just the facial hair.
So, yes, he could look like that because of his facial hair matches the facial hair he had in the movie.
Yeah.
And kind of other things. Butthead. But, regardless, that's not... She's being controlled by something. Like a demon got inside of her. And
Gosh.
Baphomet, destroyer of realms. Like, what in the hell, dude? That is so scary. She is. That is frightening. Especially in this one, dude. What the Definitely giving off, like, Lord of the Rings orc vibes.
Okay, Gabe.
I'm sorry, but no, like, I mean, I guess they got theirs. They're locked up for life, essentially.
Yeah.
The whole rest of their life is going to be...
It's not a great picture, but that's the sister. Looks a lot like her.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here, click on that. I think that might be her. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
Whoa. Uncanny.
She looks like a lot like her mom, too. But yeah, what a pretty girl.
Wow. I mean, it sucks, though, that, yeah, not being able to find the body and, like, actually get, I guess, like, closure, with that. That's awful. Dude, and you do such a good job of these stories of, like, the people that go missing. Because,
Thank you. Oh, there's her at the...
No, I'm just... What was that place called?
The Tilted Kilt.
I should, like, look that up and, like, make fun of it later. Like,
Stop.
comment, like, oh, your guys' food sucks. I'm just kidding. Painted? No, it's not. Sorry. I don't know.
Sorry, you were going to say something.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to bring it back to us now here. Because, I mean, these stories are... They're thrown up in the air at what... Why, when we do this, we can't talk? I don't understand. When these stories come to their end, because the end of the story right now is she's never been found, they're in jail, and it, like, throws so much up in the air for, like, your own interpretation as to what happened. And you do a good job with leaving that lasting part on it, too, because it makes you think a lot. I mean...
Thank you.
It's just...
I do find myself drawn to the unsolved, the disappearances, the unsolved deaths. I don't know, because that's like what I'm interested in true crime for, is for that mystery. Like, I literally just keeps me up at night.
Yeah. Like
that Amy Bradley story.
Gosh, dude.
When I first found out about that years and years and years ago, I literally was, like, up all night thinking about it. Like, what could have happened to her? Like, where is she? And I feel like these are the stories that really, not that any other story doesn't need to be told, but these are stories that, like, they require action and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I feel like it's important to bring awareness to them. And yeah, I mean, it's really sad that that's probably, in this case, will not be happening. Meaning, like, closure.
I mean, it sucks to say that, but I'm actually, and also, too, recapping everything, I'm kind of upset with the way that the investigators or police kind of handle this
Yeah, it does seem like they could have done more.
And I mean, like, and here's the thing, too, like, okay, what is her background that would make her capable? I'm sorry, but, like, to me, it's just like, no. Like, if you have people appointed to a position as, like, an investigator or whatever, crime scene this, I just feel like we have enough, especially in a field like that, like, you're educated enough to, like, know where to look and, like, find these things. Because, I mean, it's not like this woman was special forces in the army, knows how to hide a body and leave nothing, no evidence.
I think they just got really lucky.
But I don't even think it's luck, because in a situation like this, lucky would not be getting caught at all. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, and they literally had evidence, and you said they discarded it. The cement and the cleaning stuff. They you said they didn't use it or something.
No, they didn't discard it. It just wasn't enough.
Oh.
Like, if they had Heather's body and she was in concrete, then it would be like, oh, there you go. But since they never found her body, it's just really hard.
And I mean, where could they have? And also, if they didn't. I don't think they threw it in the water, because anytime that happens, like, that's probably the first place they're gonna look, and they would see it.
Well, what gets me is that the phone, the purse, and the keys have to be with her, because those have never been found. So if she was eaten by an alligator, they're not gonna eat that stuff.
No way. Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
well,
I mean, unless... No, because here's the thing, too. Even if... Okay, sorry to get graphic, but if there was, like, some kind of weighted... Like, they tied cinder blocks to her feet and threw her in the water. I don't even think it takes that long. Well, sometimes it does. Because I don't know how long it takes, but... That happened with some guy in Ohio. They threw him in freaking, Milton Lake or something? And, like, a year went by and he rose to the surface.
I think that's what happened with Lacey Peterson, too. I could be wrong, but I think.
So, and I mean, especially by now, I don't know. And then it makes you think, it's like, no, this was not, I don't think they threw her out to nature. I think they, took care of it. I don't know, but like I said, the whole, like, police work, it's like, how did you not find it out? They're not, I don't believe that these two are that capable. And, like, what about the kids and stuff? I don't know.
I just think, like, to Sydney and Tammy, like, was it worth it?
Yeah, for, like, because look at you. It's, okay, I'm not saying in any way, I don't know if you guys ever look at these pictures. I kind of want to pull these back up of, like, the court ones. I know it's kind of off the wall, but I'm just saying, it's like you just said, actually, like, saying that out loud, like, asking, like, was it, if these two somehow ever listened, like, yeah, was it worth it? Because look, like, now this is what your legacy, this is what you are leaving behind, because you're not going to do anything in jail to redeem what happened. And it's just sad almost to see them. It's like,
yeah, and they got 3 kids.
Yeah, like, you had to have been good people at some point before this. And then you did what you did, and, like, now your kids see this. Because I'm sorry, but you're not on news like this and stuff. And like you said, yes, they did just get lucky to where they're not charged with murder, but they hit him with whatever else they could, because they know they just couldn't prove it. But they're like, no, like, you obviously, I mean, it's just, for what,
Yeah.
This wasn't, I don't think these two were in any way had capabilities of being a serial killer. Okay, well, maybe Tammy, I don't know, that's frightening.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's, but they're, wow, good stuff.
Thanks.
Not normally do I get mad at the people, like, I don't know, when I did,
I had a feeling you'd enjoy this one.
Yeah, and I really did. I mean, obviously with, like, ones that, like, I think the last one I did was Carl Watts, of course, it's like those feelings of just like, but almost for him, I know this is weird. You don't really, with him or other people that we've done that have like done some crazy stuff. I don't really feel like anger or like disgust or whatever towards them, just because I'm like, you're so like far gone from what is morally correct, and like you're so like I have nothing to feel towards you. Like I said though, with these people, it's almost like it's kind of sad, but it's not like I'm sad for them.
Yeah.
It's just like it's it's like you guys weren't these kind of people. You guys aren't these malicious. You probably weren't these malicious killers. I mean, yes, they're goofy as hell, and you literally look like freaking you're about to yell timber. But I mean, this is a weird one. This one has a different effect on me than I've felt from doing the other ones.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when we look back, I mean, even with who was it in Puerto Rico? That was Amy Bradley on the boat.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico.
Well, she was in the Caribbean.
Like that one, it's just and that one leaves way more mystery. I mean, obviously, what was the guy's name she was with?
His nickname was Yellow. I can't remember his real name.
Yellow because I beat my pants. But I don't know. I don't know. This one was different.
Yeah.
This one provoked very different feelings.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think in the comments on the YouTube, or you can head to our Instagram.
Another thing, too, if you're from Instagram or you're on Spotify or whatever, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We do have one.
Yes. We're uploading on it now.
Yes, and you get to see our live goofy antics.
Oh, wait, hang on. You're going out of order. With how our outro is. Are you mad at me?
I'm a little salt, but
Why?
I'll get over it.
No, because... Okay.
I fucked it up, dude. I fucked up the stream, dude.
No, you're good. So, let us know what you guys think in the YouTube comments or on the photo, the reference photo post on our Instagram on this case. We'd love to hear what you guys think. A reminder that you can follow us on Instagram. It's at Clandestine Pod. We also have a Facebook page. Same deal. We have a YouTube channel at, I think it's Clandestine Pod as well. We upload all of our streams on the day that the podcast episode goes live on streaming.
The unedited, raw, goofy antics that we display.
And if you want to be a part of the party, every weekend we go live on twitch.tv/Stefanuchis.
That's right. STEFANUCHIS.
All these links are in our link tree as well. And I think that's it, right? Do we have anything else to say? Oh, send us your spooky ghost stories.
Yes, coming up. Also, we have
clandestinepod@gmail.com.
exciting stuff coming up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we're working on, or going to be working on. So that's coming. So
yeah, Gabe took the initiative on something, and
I did. I got something cool planned out for later this week.
I actually don't have a lot of information about it personally, but
I tried to keep it. I was trying to explain it to I was telling my mom earlier. I'm like, oh, I got this really cool thing for my story, and she's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I just don't get it. And I was like, I did this so I could do this. I can't explain it because I don't want to. I can't say anymore. You just get.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Is it true you're making your own card game? Listen, that's some mind reading, subliminal shit. Because Jack always talks about wanting to make a card game with me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He wants to call it. What did he want to call it? Something goofy. But yeah, I'm just gonna say I got something cool for my story. So, it's.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it. All right, everyone for listening. Thank you.
We're gonna sign off. Have a good night, everyone.
Wait. How should we do our outro for the thing?
For what?
Did we already do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can stop recording. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Let me send this to you. Guys, what'd you think? How was it? How was Olivia's story? I loved it. I couldn't get enough. I want more. How hard can the man hit? Like that hard. That's 2 likes. Nice.
Thank you.
I liked it too, dude. Like, what is it? Okay, also, great job, Olivia. Chat, let's give a round of applause for Olivia.
Thanks.
Come on now. Any clappers out there?
Any Gabers in the chat?
Any Gabers? I'm going to do 5 time walks with my pally. I'm done with time walk, but
Thank you, Chrissy.
thank you. I'm just saying, dude. First of all, he's like, I was eating a chimichanga, right? And
He
like
is a clown.
sunglasses.
A certified clown. It's sunglasses in the courtroom. Like, come on now.
I'm trying to see if he had a belt on. He did. She's like, so I did the shiggy wiggy, and I pointed to my right, and I said, hey, you, get down tonight. Sorry, that was kind of wired. I don't know. What are just a lot of degenerates. What about their kids, dude? He's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I did it. We can just wrap this shit up. Oh my god.
Look at his blonde hair. Like, what?
Is that dyed?
It has to be.
I'm sorry, she's hideous. I don't like her.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm allowed to. After what she obviously did.
Yeah.
Yep, Leah.
Why does that police officer look 7 years old?
Why does he look like? You know who he looks like? Fucking. Oh no, not really. Yeah, he does. It's like fucking. Oh wait. I mean, I'm
see
just
it.
saying.
Look at them holding hands. Like,
Who is that?
that's him.
Okay, also, and I said this during the stream earlier, what was it called? Good Times? Alright, guys, I'm just saying. Come on, dude. Look at...
I mean, he looks like the Walmart version of Robert Pattinson.
No,
The
definitely.
99
No.
store version.
No, definitely.
I don't know. I think because I find Robert Pattinson like super handsome, so I don't want to like associate them together.
Okay, this one, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, he does.
it's there. It's there. There's no
It does
denying
look
it.
like- I agree, Chrissy. She's one of my favorites.
Harlow. I never
She's
watched
on
her.
YouTube.
Dude, there's some girl that's like copying Bailey Sarian.
There's a lot of people that do that
They're just
shtick now.
Yeah, I mean,
I like some of them.
I don't know. Is the stream over? No, it's not. When I first saw it, I was like, okay. Then I wanted to watch another. Well, I mean, like you said, we don't stop, won't stop, not happening. No, the stream's not over. Dude, it feels like Sunday and it's not. My work schedule was different this week. And I was like... Oh, God, dude.
Dude. Aw, Leonard.
I think she was chewing your shoe. What should we do, guys? What's next?
Lenny, are you chewing my shoe?
Should we,
Can we watch Breaking Bad?
You want to watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Baking bread.
You want to watch Baking Bread? Check that out. Extreme balance. Not many can do it. Guys, also, I want to thank you a lot today for the support. You know what? Here's my thing. I lost hope
No, don't say that.
about streaming for a while. Because, if you don't know... Yeah, no, the WoW. I used to play RuneScape all the time. And then I streamed it, and that's like when I started out streaming. That was, remember McDoggerts? And Soldium, and that was really about it. Went through some hard times, but guess what?
McDoggarts fell off.
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't talked to that guy in like 6 months, probably. He was in the Discord and stuff, but all of a sudden he wasn't.
You could play your game if you want.
Huh? No, dude.
You don't have to. If you want to stream.
But like I'm saying, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
Because you know what I learned today? A valuable lesson that I got that I forgot about. You don't have to stick to one game.
Right.
You don't have to stick to one game to get a community. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, you can do your own
to find good people. And damn it, you know what? I don't care. All my buddies in Discord, well, they've got things to say about WoW. Guess what? I like it. I like the storytelling of it. Met some cool people. Freaking, it's fun. There's achievements and stuff. Yes, of course, I want to play other games and do other stuff. But he did not win with that number. Oh, okay, I was gonna say. All right, but it's not. It's just about how we're all interacting over the internet, and that's what's important. Dong came back because he was meant to be here. It was not out of opportunity, but from destiny. And not every day do we get to see such feats of human like what happened today.
You are going off the deep end right now.
And Robert Pattinson looks like Sydney. And no one can deny that.
I can.
Doesn't mean it's right. So, oh my gosh, that's creepy. This person's picture looked like I didn't like that. That was weird. It was like an overview of it looked like the girl.
Oh,
the story you just did. Okay, also, we gotta figure out who the fuck Hoss is. Why does this guy do this shit? He's always coming in here following and with weird account. Whatever. You know what? Fuck him. Liv.
What?
Do you want to watch Breaking Bad or?
We can watch it tomorrow.
Squanto? So what do we have to do tomorrow? We just do my story, and do we have anything else planned?
Like during the day?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to band practice at 11. And then I'm going to hang out with my friends for a little bit.
Okay.
My friends, Jimmy and Timmy. We're going to hang out.
Band practice?
Yeah.
That early in the morning, dude? No, I'm just kidding.
Hang out with James and Tames later, so.
Not familiar.
With 2 boys, so.
I'm sure you are.
Hanging out with them, so.
No, I'm gonna go hang out
They're
with.
just my friends. God. You're so controlling.
Can you not? Can you not do that to people that don't know that we're kidding? Because that makes me seem like a.
No, we're kidding.
You shut your mouth. I'm gonna come over there.
How does it feel, Gabe?
How does it feel?
You always do that.
To be all on your own. Live your miserable fucking life.
Okay, Gabe.
Yeah, she's just, dude. It's her 5 closest guy friends.
What is my
They're jacked.
favorite pizza? My favorite pizza is just pepperoni. I like Papa John's. And
Are you sure that's your favorite pizza?
why?
Just maybe think about it.
I like Papa John's. And I don't have any guy friends. I'm going with my 3 girlfriends.
Dude, you can't be friends with guys. I'm your only friend that's a guy.
I'm just not. Like, it doesn't have
Dude,
anything to do with
no,
Gabe. I'm not.
And I really wouldn't care because, listen, I gotta protect myself out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Kind of jacked. You know what I'm saying? God damn. The fuck? What was I saying?
You were making fun of me for saying I like Papa John's.
I wasn't.
When you like Papa John's, you just...
I wasn't making fun of you, dude. I was saying...
Wait, you have to end the stream because we're going to put it on YouTube. Remember.
Just cut it. All you have to do...
No, just end it. And
Guys, I'm going to end the stream for like 5 seconds. Hold up. Because Olivia's... What should we do next? Pounder Nation. Hold up, guys. I'm going to fucking